Sorghum is an important food security crop, especially in semi-arid lands of Kenya. The crop has a wide agroecological adaptation. It requires less water than maize crop, thus offering great potential for supplementary food and feed resources.
Over the last few years, we've taken an interest in promotion of sorghum as food. Why this has been so is because sorghum seems to have the potential, may be able to assist our farmers to alleviate, the poverty that is in the region.
Sorghum produces a crop in areas where maize crops often failed to reach physiological maturity because of erratic rainfall.
As part of our outreach program, we are reaching out to the farming community to be able to share some of the technologies that we have in the university, mainly with the purpose of reducing the food insecurity that is there. Now, what we identified as a problem is that many of the households have issues of food insecurity. There is a problem with food. They don't have enough of food, particularly the grains. Now, in Siaya, particularly where the university is, we realize that many people try to grow maize. Well, maize is good, it's a staple crop, but we don't have so much rains here. The rains are fairly short, and therefore the harvest is not as good. But two, and which is very important, is the fact that our soils are not as fertile. And therefore, we identified a gap that we needed a crop that could be able to sort some of these problems. And therefore, we found sorghum to be a very suitable crop that we could promote as a university to be able to address the food insecurity in the area.
However, the popularity of sorghum in Kenya has declined in recent years due to the introduction of maize, wheat, and rice.
The other thing, of course, is that there's not much interest. In fact, even the extension officers, when they go to the farms, they would rather talk about maize, cattle, and so on, but not much emphasis is laid on sorghum. And so as a university, we felt if we can promote sorghum, it would be a very good idea, and we'll be able to assist the communities in the food security situation.
The university is promoting production for a variety of seed called Massia. The variety is suitable for cultivation in the drier lowland regions.
Now, some 4 or 5 years ago, we came up with a project that was promoting sorghum through the assistance of World Bank funded Kappa project, together with collaboration from Egerton University. There was a small project that we were doing here in Siaya County. And what began as fairly experimental, because we had some little grain of a variety called Massia. Now this Massia variety, we were able to establish it in our Chiego farm here at the university, and multiplied it in the university farm for about 3 years, so that it could also be acclimatized to the local condition. Once we had done that, took samples to KEFIS, and they were able to do certain tests, and it came back to us, the results were good, and we christened this, we gave the name of Joes 001 as a variety. One of the other problems we discovered with sorghum is that most of the varieties that are here in the market are mainly hybrids. And with the hybrid, you cannot plant another season or another year. So we had to look for what we call open pollinated variety, which a farmer can donate. You can donate from one farmer to another, but more importantly, you can also give your neighbor. So that is why we felt this is a good variety for us. The other thing is that it's not as white. When the variety is very white, then birds will really infest it. Birds will really want it and eat much more, of it. So it is brown. Again, if it is too red, when sorghum is too red, then the acceptability grows low. Not many people would want to go for the very red sorghum. Again, it matures very fast. Within 2.5 months to 3, it is already mature, and it's very good.
The crop grows well in areas with an elevation of 50 to 1,800 meters above sea level and receiving about 250 millimeters of rainfall per season. The variety recovers fast from a drought.
In terms of value addition, we are able to make several products with this sorghum. We are able to do what we call sorghum pop. It's like a popcorn. The other thing is that you can make things like chapati, mandazi. You just get about 25% of the wheat flour, mixed to 75% of it, just for raising, for it to bake, the raising properties. And then you just get chapati. And we look at it like not many families can afford like chapati, mandazi, and so on. So this is a variety that we believe as a university, if we promote, it's going to help, alleviating the food security situation in our region. Now, so this variety, we have organized the farmers in groups. We are throughout Siaya, we have organized the farmers in groups, and we have been able to give them seeds. Several homes, if you go now, you will find the Marcia variety, what we are now calling J001. The other thing I needed to point out is that we needed a lot of education, particularly to men. Sorghum is regarded as a gender crop. It's a women crop. So not even many men would want to take interest in it. It's mainly regarded as a women crop. And so we are struggling, we are trying to tell men, this is good. And a lot of research has been done on sorghum. Sorghum is actually medicinal, So when we take it, it assists also digestion, boosts immune system and so on. There are lots of researches that have gone on into sorghum. And really, it can help us to have food on the table and money in the pocket. So we are saying every home we need to have, even if it's a quarter or half an acre of sorghum. That way we are sure that we will be food secure. Now, the other thing we found was also a challenge was the issue of processing of sorghum. Now, for you to get sorghum from grain, from the head, processing it so that you can have clean seed, you need to do what we call winnowing. Now, for you to winnow, not many men can winnow, and not even very many women can winnow, because winnowing is actually an art. And so we had to look for a thresher that would help us to separate the hulls or the husks from the seed. And we were able to get through this project. We were able to get one thresher. We are hoping that if we get some funding, then we'll be able to do at least every ward or every location will be having a thresher so that it's able to assist those who cannot winnow physically. And we believe that technology also is very good, because then men, even the ladies who are unable to winnow, they can be able to process the sorghum like that. I want to indicate also that there was a competitive grant writing by NRF, and we did present our work, our proposal to National Research Fund, and they have awarded us some money to be able to expand this work. Our intention is that the good work that was started in Siaya, we now want to extend it. Ultimately, we are looking for a scenario when at some point, within another 5-10 years, every home you walk to, there is some sorghum, whether it is half an acre, whether it is a quarter, and so on. Because sorghum, for sure, is a food security crop. It's going to help many problems that we have in terms of food security. We shall be working in Migori, in Homa Bay, in Siaya here, of course, where the university is housed. We'll also work in Busia and Kisumu. We are hoping that we are going to expand this work of sorghum. And we're going to use a methodology called Farmer Field Schools approach, where we shall have farmers learning in what we call schools without walls. And that way, we are going to be able to expand and be able to extend the sorghum technologies. We're going to extend this work on sorghum in those counties. We are hoping that this project is going to help many more people, and that there'll be a lot more interest. We need to change attitudes of the people that sorghum is a good crop. Other than the maize and others, sorghum is a good crop, and through that, then we are going to ensure ourselves of food security. So as a university, we are supporting this exercise, and we believe it is now going to be a way to help the people out. Of course, the attitude of eating sorghum, we also need to teach people that sorghum, the brown bread today, when you go to hotels, it's of high precision. Many people would want to prefer it as opposed to the white, that is the maize one. Thank you so much, and we believe God bless you so much.